Whoo, baby. Let me tell ya, I do love some funny internet squabbles to just chuckle and chortle at. But there was something on my Twitter timeline that made me do a double take. Why the hell is this tweet coming from the Yomama channel? Well, I think it has less to do with the Yomama channel as a whole and more with their creator, Zach James. Well, since we've all kind of moved on to the future, I think it'd be fun to recap what the Yomama channel used to be. Now, Yomama is an offshoot of the channel Animeme, which was made in 2012 and created by Zach James, as according to their LinkedIn page. Now, if you don't know what Animeme is an old YouTube channel that makes animations of really old image macros and rage comics.
I was Slender Man before Slender Man. Finally has lucid dream.
Freddy Krueger, bitch.
Not dressing up at a Halloween party? You're gonna have a bad time.
So yeah, I'm having a party at my house on Halloween. Everyone's invited. Oh wow, I've never been invited to a party before. I must look good. Nice costume, bro. Forever alone. Forever alone. You wish.
Now, about a month ago, they tried to be a little bit more relevant with their posts, but they're still a year behind on their memes. And it's apparent to see that animeme is a bit of a graveyard. They haven't just beaten the horse, they've deflated it. So let's switch over to the Yomama channel. The Yomama channel started in 2005, but it didn't start posting until 2011. And it has been churning out content for what seems to be like forever. And while it's true that Yomama really is the bread and butter of Zach's animeme escapade, the Yomama channel is just that. It's just Yomama jokes. But now it's kind of, well, turned into this.
Oh god, this heat is killing me.
Hey, Apple.
Oh wow, you are hot. I've had a lot of people inside me, but damn! Woo! You're really getting me going.
You're making me so big. Oh yeah.
What'd you tell Mrs. Claus we were doing? Ho, delivering presents early. Now come sit on Santa's lap.
Yo mama's so skinny.
She ate an M&M
And looked 8 months pregnant.
Hey, Red.
Congratulations. Yo mama's so slimy. When she played with slime,
You got 8 months pregnant. You know, you kinda look like this. Here, play with it. Whoa. Hey now, that's not mine. I'm not responsible for this.
Hey, buddy. Remember, you can't pass around slime and not expect to have a few kids.
But we'll touch on that later. And let me stress this. I have no ill will towards Brock Baker, the voice of Brody, or Red Minus, the guy who animates the majority of the Yomama videos. This video is about Zach James, good old Zachary Tackery, YouTube Jesus as he would call himself, and his quest for relevancy.
Yo mama!
Alright, well, before we jump into the meat of this video, I know what you're probably going to say. Cole, by making a video on the Yomama guy, are you picking sides in the Keemstar H3H3 drama? No. This video is not about the drama. I'm not Team Keem and I'm not Team H3H3. I'm Team Kiss and Make Up before you burn down the whole platform and blame it on each other. And get the fuck off my timeline! This video is not about picking sides. This video is about why the Yomama channel is making a Keemstar Exposed video. What's their angle? And to deduce that, let's play a game. Welcome to Is It Journalism? Alrighty, Zach, we're putting your video through the Journalism 9000 and seeing if you really are the journalist you claim to be.
Oh my f***ing god. Oh my god. How did we, the Yomama channel, do a better job of reporting the facts than Keemstar?
For this version of Is It Journalism, we are going to be using the 5 core principles of ethical journalism provided to us graciously by the Ethical Journalism Network. They are a UK-based charity with over 70 journalists from around the world whose focuses are on unbiased ethical journalism. For good old Zach to win this game, he has to go his entire video without breaking any of the 5 core principles. And here's what they are. Truth and accuracy. Journalists cannot always guarantee truth, but getting the facts right is the cardinal principle of journalism. We should always strive for accuracy, give all the relevant facts we have, and ensure that they have been checked. When we cannot corroborate information, we should say so. Independence. Journalists must be independent voices. We should not act formally or informally on behalf of special interests, whether political, corporate, or cultural. We should declare to our editors or the audience any of our political affiliations, financial arrangements, or other personal information that might constitute a conflict of interest. Fairness and impartiality. Most stories have at least 2 sides. While there is no obligation to present every side in every piece, stories should be balanced and add context. Objectivity is not always possible, and may not always be desirable, in the face, for example, of brutality or inhumanity. But impartial reporting builds trust and confidence. Humanity. Journalists should do no harm. What we publish or broadcast may be hurtful, but we should be aware of the impact of our words and images on the lives of others. And last but not least, number 5, accountability. A sure sign of professional and responsible journalism is the ability to hold ourselves accountable. When we commit errors, we must correct them, and our expressions of regret must be sincere, not cynical. We listen to the concerns of our audience. We may not change what readers write or say, but we will always provide remedies when we are unfair. I'm just going to put this down, because my hand's starting to get hurt. So, Zach, we're giving you 5 lives and starting the clock. It's time to find out, is it journalism? Good old Zach says in his video that Keemstar appears on the Heel Stream charity podcast with no neo-Nazi Richard Spencer.
They tried to do a charity stream for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. It's a hospital that, has a lot of Jewish backing, and this included Richard Spencer on that stream, and Keemstar appeared on the stream to supposedly raise money for this charity, and the charity turned it down. They said, no thanks, but no thanks. We don't need your money. We don't want your money.
But funnily enough, that isn't the case. Another fellow Zach doesn't like, Ethan Ralph, host of Killstream, posted the podcast on Twitter. And when you view the podcast, it's apparent that neither Keemstar nor Richard Spencer is even in the episode. Zach also calls Keemstar the myriad of words that you would call somebody that you don't like.
He hates liberals. He hates social justice warriors. He thinks people with mental illnesses are lying. He's sexist. He's racist.
That's 1 rule broken. 4 lives remain. Damn, it's raining hard. Holy shit. This rule states that you shouldn't be biased at all, as journalism is objective, whether or not you're in favor of what you're talking about. You, my friend, are biased and it shows. You cite biased sources like Maddox, the guy who sued former podcast co-host and frequent guest of the Killstream with Keemstar, Dick Masterson, for banging his girlfriend, and Brianna Wu.
Game developer Brianna Wu writes on the Daily Dot. Like many women in the game industry, I've been doxxed by Ralph multiple times.
Who is part of the now irrelevant and sometimes very funny feminist frequency, who Keemstar and a lot of people are not a fan of. And also the fact that they claimed that they were hiding away from trolls when they were also recording in their home office at the same time. I mean, come on, dude. We found out that your anonymous source was Maddox through a freaking Nintendo DSi.
This included Richard Spencer on that stream, and Keemstar appeared on the stream to supposedly raise money for this charity, and the charity turned it down. They said, no thanks, but no.
You're right. Ooh, thunder! This one isn't about whether or not you're right. I don't care, to be honest. This is about whether or not you're being an unbiased journalist per the rule of independence. And you, my friend, are not. 3 lives remaining. Now this one is pretty rich. According to this rule, you should strive to be impartial even though you have no obligation to. That, my friend, is just good journalism. And not everyone does it, don't get me wrong. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't either. Being impartial just helps you gain trust with your viewers. And if you were really trying to be a credible resource, you should have talked to somebody who wasn't Maddox. Or you could have made some counterpoints to refute. Or you could have not spent the latter section of your video calling Keemstar names. Or you could have just talked to somebody who's actually been around Keemstar recently. You should get both sides of the story, whether or not you're obligated to. Like me!
Hello, Zach. I've sat through your video about Keemstar. I'm sure a lot of people have, and while I really could care less what kind of beef podcaster in the gnome are up to, I couldn't help but sense something amiss with your video, and I want to ask you for some clarification. What is the point of making the Keemstar Expose video and putting it on the Yomama YouTube channel? This channel is pretty consistent with its content, but this type of content is a bit uncharacteristic for the channel. Why not upload this video to a personal channel? Why post on Yomama? If you did want to use Yomama to signal boost, why not retweet the link? Or link the video and put it in one of the small sections that appear in the Yomama video? I can't help but have a smidge of suspicion that this video is kind of made to boost relevancy with the channel by stirring the pot, regardless of what side of the beef you're on. With your tweets asking YouTube about your click-through rate during this crisis, it seems like Yomama's not getting recommended. Just wanted to reach out to get your thoughts. Thanks, dude. It's true. YouTube limits our recommendations when review teams are sent home. Due to Yomama being a quote-unquote racy subject according to Google. So, with this in mind, nothing we do would overturn this. Videos that would normally get 1 million views will only get 300,000 at best. The Keemstar video was made and uploaded on Yomama out of integrity. My history in the industry backs up this idea and adds a lot more context to the situation.
Hello, Future Cole here. So last night while I was filming this video, Zach went on Augie RFC's stream and started talking about the Keemstar Exposed video. When he was asked about contacting Keemstar to get his side of the story, this is what he had to say.
They say, well, why don't you get Keemstar's side? Well, here's the thing, man. I'm working on a fucking video. I have my deadline, and then suddenly H3 drops this video, and Keemstar hasn't even paid attention to anything I've said besides what has absolutely completely benefited him.
Humanity is when you make sure you know what you are doing, and how that will affect others. The goal of proper journalism is to not intentionally hurt the people that you're talking about. You, on the other hand, Zach, you have no humanity in this video. You spend this entire video just dunking on Keemstar. I mean, you said yourself at the beginning of the video that you were going to do a skit where you pretended to be Jesus and Keemstar was the Antichrist.
I was basically going to wear this Jesus outfit and say, like, look at me, I'm the Jesus of YouTube. And then I was going to call it Keemstar the Antichrist, and then it was just going to be some hoo-ha's and laughs.
You blow him up to be this massive villain. That's just not good journalism. You're calling this dude alt-right, despite not having any evidence that this guy was on the same podcast episode as this total freak. You're telling me that Keemstar going on the same general podcast as Jojo Rabbit here and not interacting at all and not even in the same episode is making him alt-right. Well, by that assumption, people who have appeared on the podcast like Boogie 4 Numbers would be alt-right. And even Bronx Blogger, who's a known pro-Antifa YouTuber, is now alt-right based on your logic. Oh, come on, dude. Even in the section in the video where you point out all of the podcasts that Keem isn't tagged in, one of those podcasts has Boogie2988's name in it. It is very obvious that you, my friend, are using this video to dunk on Keemstar and stir the pot. The pot that you have no right to stir. One life left. Zach, come on. You posted on Twitter that everything in your video was true, and when people called you out on it, you doubled down! Oh, that sucks, dude! So another thing, during the live stream, Zach was asked about the Maddox connection, and he said this.
Is that some people were doing some digging into your video, and you had mentioned there was a source whose voice you had modified for their protection. They had asked to remain anonymous, and when people started upping the pitch, I believe, they discovered that it sounded like a notorious figure, Maddox. What do you have to say about that? I mean, when I listened to like the Maddox's voice, and I had heard the pitch modifications, and it sounded identical.
The questions being asked, and I definitely understand the conversation that surrounds that question. And I think one of the questions that, because to be honest with you, I don't answer questions about the identity of the sources, because there's two: one that was recorded, one that wasn't, and I don't want to go into any information beyond that, because obviously Keemstar's lawsuit heavy. But beyond that, what I will say is the former associate thing needs more clarity. Again, I putting this together really quick, and I, as an autistic person who thinks differently in terms of words and stuff, I use former associate as a vague term in terms of who the association was. I never said they were associated with Keemstar. I meant so they were associated within the sense of understanding why this is happening, why they're able to chime in on this conversation.
So why use former associate then? I mean, you have a team of people working on your channel, so don't you think somebody would have corrected you on it? This isn't accountability. This is more like backpedaling or deflecting the question. Well, Zach, it's game over. You've somehow managed to break every single principle of ethical journalism in one video. Should we make that a record? But Zach, we're not done yet. This video wasn't made to convince your viewers that Keemstar was part of the alt-right. I think that this video was made to stir the pot and put yomama back on the map again. To make it become relevant, so to speak.
This is my theory on what happened. YouTube's manual reviewers are passing your videos. And while you claim not to be a children's YouTube channel, 10 months ago you did an AMA on Reddit and had this to say.
Do you enjoy making the videos? For the most part, yeah, we love it. We're not the biggest fans of what our fans love, i.e. Baldi's Basics. However, it's pretty cool to see what's both new and popular with kids. We'll continue to make these episodes while exploring ideas that we personally love to do. As well as during the live stream, Zach said this about children being in his audience.
Kitty, it's kind of like, oh, the humor's kind of for young kids. And it was never meant that way. It just kind of accidentally fell into that route. You start making one video, then you make another video. And then after like 40 or 50 videos, you don't realize what type of pattern you got yourself into.
See, from what I can gather, animeme has been a bit defunct lately. Your YouTube views are on a steady decline as of September 2017. However, the Yomama channel has been going strong, but viewership has been a bit down lately. And I think that has something to do with the stay-at-home orders starting in March. You've added Team YouTube 3 times within this time frame. Funnily enough, though, you added them the first time on your personal Twitter, and then you added them 2 times more on the Yomama Twitter. Think about that for a second. I think we both know the reason why your videos are not getting recommended by the bots. And I'd say, for a lack of a better term, your videos are a little bit raunchy. So you're at a loss. You can't make another Yo Mama video, and you had to upload the meaningless off job video to Hub, which for some reason you tote as a accomplishment in the beginning of your Keemstar video.
Last time on Yo Mama, the evil Lord Mimulus and his simp, I'm Alex, challenged the legendary Super Chad, Brody and his friends. But little did they know, Zach James would upload Mimulus' mom to Hub.
Please make a Yo Mama joke about me.
I decided to turn you into a star.
Oh, this is grim, George. Yeah, so basically now, what's happened is my mother has come into the room with, children on her face.
Ah, no! We went trending on for a few days. I mean, folks, that is amazing. That, to me, is beautiful.
What? I mean, even, come on. You ripped into some guy's video history when he clowned on you. Wow. Not to mention, you actually point your audience to the video, knowing full well what has become of Yomama's audience.
This yomama joke is not on YouTube. It is on Hub. That's right. You can find this video on Hub by searching Memelus's mom. And over the coming days, I will be taking my favorite moments from the video, edit them, and re-upload them to Hub so that they're much easier to find via search.
You also had this to say about the I'm Alex Memulus video during the live stream.
Like, look, man, I made, from your perspective, I was in the crew with I'm Alex, which is not the case. However, I approached the situation with such maturity that we had such a fun time, but also push the limits of that fun to where it looked like you thought either on one hand we're really, really good best friends, or on the other hand we had a really bad fight. But the fact is, we're just two random content creators that began to interact with each other.
I think it's less about looking like you guys were fighting and acting immature. I think everybody, including myself, knew that this was all in good fun. I think it's more along the lines of the fact that you made an animated post on Hub and then told your audience to go watch it. Now that you aren't making views from Yomama, you want to make something. And it's not about the money, because you say here in this video that you have enough money to, and I quote, f**k around.
But I've been smart enough over these last few years to save up so much money that we can truly just f**k around.
But what to make the video about? I mean, what's trending? What's the one thing that won't get off our goddamn Twitter timelines right now? The H3H Keem drama. Seems like you have the motivation for it too. 10 months ago in the Reddit AMA, you said that you respected Keemstar. And in this video here, you call Keemstar a friend.
Look, I went into this with the idea that I was going to make fun of somebody that I knew as a friend. Keemstar.
However, what I could gather from the live stream is that Keemstar wanted Alex to say some unscrupulous things for a Halo video.
To collaborate. And I realized that wasn't going to be a good collaboration. He wanted me to say a bunch of words I did not feel like saying.
Now you're licking Ethan's boot so hard you made an animation of Ethan graphically out Keemstar from his butthole. And then you proceed to call him names and toss him in the toilet. You made Red Minus draw Ethan's asshole, dude. That's gross. And yes, I know you say you wanted to make fun of both of them.
We just knew they already had problems with each other, and we just thought it would be fun to make fun of both of them.
But with the drama kind of falling into your lap, you had to make something new. My theory is that you're afraid that Yomama is going to drop out of relevancy. The point of Yomama is to make bite-sized cartoons without breaking the bank. Now they're just 10-minute long videos with old jokes re-uploaded from previous Yomama clips and animeme re-uploads in the mix, and some of these videos don't even hit 10 minutes. I know this goes a little bit against what you said on the live stream.
You were sitting here projecting. I don't give a f***. I'm the f***ing Yomama channel. I'm going to be around for another 10, 20 years.
From the way the channel's looking, it's clear that this is a sign of decline. Thus making the video that I'm clowning on right now. So with all of this coming to a head, and in conjunction with the YouTube bots not recommending your content, you decide that you want to play wannabe journalist, and you make the Keemstar Exposed video. You made the Keemstar Exposed video for relevancy. And combined with the fact that you said in the stream that this video was planned a month prior.
And then we already started working on the Keemstar 1. And we already had this plan like a month ago.
The drama between Keemstar and H3H3 kind of fell into your lap. And also, with your track record of being pretty much late to everything, your now irrelevant video has become relevant again.
Combine that with Ethan's video touching on a lot of the topics that people have already touched on, and probably some that you were going to touch on in your video, you felt the need to make something new.
What I wanted to originally do in the video, I wanted to point out my video that I uploaded on YouTube was not the video I had filmed a week ago. Or hang on, let me put things in my head. Yeah, no. So, okay, so from the perspective, because this has been a fever dream for me. So from the perspective of when I uploaded that video on YouTube, the video I had a week ago was a completely different video that I had ready to go. And then H3H3 uploaded his video. And then all this shit starting to hit the fan. And I'm like, okay. And as I started to watch everything, people were like, all right, well, tell us something new. What are you looking for? Blah, 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 blah. We want to hear something new.
Thus making the video that I'm clowning on right now. My question is, if you really wanted to be a journalist, if you really wanted to get the facts right, and you really were trying to convince your audience that Keemstar is a member of the alt-right, why would you upload it to the Yomama channel? Why would you not upload it to a personal channel? I mean, you have one. Yeah, it's a little defunct, and there's a couple of really old videos on there, but still your channel. Why not upload to it? And if you're afraid that you don't have that big of a following, you can always use Yomama to signal boost it on Twitter, or put it in one of your little live action or animated segments that you have in Yomama. Thing is, though, it's pretty clear that the Keemstar Exposed video is kind of made to be a video that goes on the Yomama channel. You use the topic of the video in conjunction with the concept of the Yomama channel to signal boost this channel back into relevancy. And I mean, it's the perfect strategy. I'm talking about it right now. I'm playing right into your hand. I mean, think about it. The first thing I thought when I read this tweet was, the hell, the Yomama channel still exists? Why is this so out of character for them? This is crazy. But after all that, the only thing I took away from the Keemstar Exposed video is that you are a piss-poor excuse for a journalist, dude. Even so, there's a bigger question here, and that is, why should I listen to the Yomama guy? You have no form of credibility established. I mean, you're the guy that uploads YouTuber nasty videos onto Hub and totes that as a achievement at the beginning of the Keemstar video, and then at the end of the Keemstar video, you have an animation where Ethan shits out animated Keemstar out of his animated asshole. And on top of that, why should I trust the guy who got his anonymous source leaked from a freaking Nintendo DSi, dude? Also, you do say this during the live stream.
He's already been deplatformed a few times.
Right.
He's already been deplatformed. He's going to keep coming back.
Right. Although
But
I believe back in like 2017 or 2016, yeah, it was early 2016. Back in February, I believe they officially YouTube unbanned him.
And the thing is, I understand Keemstar's like, I've talked to Keemstar about this. I know his story. And I don't think I think when he was banned off YouTube, I think he had a reason to fight to come back to YouTube. Because I understood that story. It's like, I'm not coming at this from perspective of just me being some random asshole with a Yomama channel. I'm coming at this from like, look, I've known Keemstar for a long time. I already had an idea of making this cartoon of my observation as a content creator where I think Keemstar will not leave the industry because he is up everybody's ass.
But your fans, the people who you make content for, including me, who used to watch Yomama, we only know you from this. There's not a lot of people who know Outback Zach, but there is 4.33 million people who know Zach James from Yomama. Hello, future Cole here. This argument that I just gave in the video is something that I actually said to Zach after he responded to me the first time. This is what I said. I see. However, and this is my opinion, I had no clue about your history in the industry until I looked into the stream you went on last night. A lot of the context you mentioned isn't readily available unless someone were to kinda dig into your history, which, knowing my own audience, is never really the average case, especially with the total tonal shift you made with this video in particular. Anyhow, thanks for getting back to me. I wanted to make sure I got your side of the story. And about an hour later, Zach responded with this. I think it's one of those, it makes sense once you look back at it kind of thing. Most of the stuff I usually do out of character takes a while to come back around. That said, thank you for the feedback.
I'm not really sure what Zach means by things that he does out of character come back around, so I guess really only time will tell to figure out exactly what he means by this. But that doesn't mean we can't have a little bit of fun putting his video through the 5 principles of ethical journalism.
You also say this about the channel.
Right, but here's the problem with that, is that you argue that you're more mature than Keemstar. I don't even, not that there's two things here. First off, I don't see a problem being immature on the internet, but you're also run a channel about yomama jokes. So it comes off like, you know, like when you say things like that, it seems like,
But the thing is, you don't understand the conversations that we have internally as yomama. First off, we represent trans people because we have a trans animator. We represent different spectrums of races and things of that nature because we have a diverse group of people. We're not going out making Yo Mama So Black jokes or Yo Mama So Asian jokes. We're very careful in the way that we create this content.
Still, no matter how inclusive you are, how representative you are of other people, when it comes down to this argument, you're still the guy that makes Yo Mama jokes. And just because you talk about these things when nobody's listening, they're not going to take you seriously. You're just the Yo Mama guy.
Again, on the other hand, you could say the same thing about me. Why should I listen to Colemancheu about Zach James? Why should I listen to Colemancheu, the American Dad speedrunner guy? Well, Zach, here is where you and I differ. This isn't my first rodeo. I've done videos like this before. Maybe not totally criticizing a single video from a creator, but I've done videos with research like this before. These videos here in particular. And I always check my research. I make sure what I'm talking about is factually correct, and if I get it wrong, I have accountability for it. You, my friend, don't. But hey, I'm just a guy that talks about weird shit online, and you, my friend, are quite the oddball. Alright, I'm going to stress this one last time before I finish off this video. This whole drama thing with H3H3 and Keemstar, it's dumb. It has to stop. And I think it did. I'm not really sure. I'm a little late to the party because, I mean, the whole thing with the Gokanaru re-upload, that getting taken down, that's quite a doozy. So I really don't keep up with it. I really don't care. The problem that I have with the drama is that it's setting a bad precedent for YouTube in the future. Attacking sponsors is going to put a lot of people at risk, including people who are not really doing anything wrong. With that said, I don't care who's supporting Zach. I don't care what his sponsors are. I don't care where he gets his money. That's not the point of this video. The point of this video is that I'm calling Zach a piss-poor excuse for a journalist, especially when you would upload that to the Yo Mama channel. That's just dumb. It's a stupid move. And I want to call him out on it because I think it's totally freaking absurd. Also, don't go out of your way to go attack this guy either. If I find out that any of you are attacking this guy, you're not invited to my birthday party. Like so Brody can see.